So let's try today's target. Today is 17th January, and here is today's target. This doesn't seem to be that hard. So yeah, so let's remove the boilerplate. So the goal again is to make sure we replicate this uh this shape using the least amount of CSS and HTML. So let's start. We have a square to get us off, and let's call it square class of square sqr. Then let's do dot sqr. That's how you style classes. Use dot and the class name. You see nothing has changed, so that means we are styling the correct element. Now again, let's add the height for the body, so that then we center it. We center the square. So we do body height. Let's give it height of, let's start with 200 pixels for now. We will adjust it. Then let's say display of flex. Then flex justify content. Justify content center, so that it stays at the center vertically. Then horizontally, for us to place it horizontally at the center, we use align items center as well. Nice. So that's some good progress. Now, my thinking is we have I think we should have two rectangles. The upper part should have like a smaller rectangle, then the lower part should have the rest of the car should have a bigger rectangle. So let's use this as the top part of the car. So the rectangle at the top. Okay, so let's give it the same width as that. So let's give it width of 200. Let's try to move it. Let's give it some margin. And since you want to move it to the right, we just give it 0 from top to bottom. Then left to right, we can give it 10 pixels. 100 pixels. No, okay. So let's give it 10 pixels. I'll explain why. Then let's give it 0. Okay. That didn't work. Okay, let's try 20 pixels here. Yeah, so that's what we should use. So I'll explain 30, 40, 50, and this one as well to be 40. Wait, why is it bringing that up? 20. Okay. So we've added the width 200 pixels. Now let's try to make sure that it fits the top part of the car. Yeah, so my thinking is we can use this square as the top part of the shape. Then we'll add another one. I mean, it's a rectangle. We'll add another rectangle at the bottom to act as the lower part of the shape. So let's try to make it fit the top part of the shape. So let's try to make it fit the upper part of the shape. So let's give it the width that matches that. It's quite big right now. So let's try width of 150 pixels. Okay, that seems to be okay, but it's misaligned. Let's try to give it margin from the left. So margin left, margin left. Let's start with 100 pixels for now. Let's do 90. We pushed it too far. 80, 70, 60, 50. Yeah, exactly 50. Let's add some width, a little bit of width. Oh, where is it? Let's give it 170 pixels. That's too big. 160, 50, 55, 56, 57, 58. Let's give it 160. Then adjust the margin left. Yeah, so let's add some pixels. 1, 52, 53, 54, 55. Yeah, is that it? Yeah, that seems to be it. So let's reduce the height. Let's give it height of 80. Yeah, let's go with that for now. We'll adjust it later. Then now let's add the triangle at the bottom of the shape. And by the way, now we can't call it a square. It's a rectangle. Yeah, it was a square before, but now it's a rectangle. So let's call it rec 1 actually, because we're going to add another one at the bottom like that. So this will be rectangle number 2. Then we can give it the same styles. We can give it the same styles, but then we'll edit some that we don't think aligns with what we want. So we have the first rectangle at the top, the second rectangle at the bottom. But now you see it is since our body is flex, it's arranging them horizontally next to each other. So we need to put it down. How do we do that? I have an idea, so I'll create a div, then put them inside that div. You'll see why. So div, then just move them up. Yeah, so that seems to be working, but it's moving the upper rectangle up a bit, which is not what we want, but we will fix it later. So let's increase the height of the body. This is like the laziest way to do it, but let's just we out of time, so let's just do it. Let's make it 980, 89. Yeah, 289. 288, 87, 86, 85, 84, 83. Yeah, that seems to be working. But then let's increase the width of the lower rectangle, the rectangle at the bottom. This one, the second one. let's make it 260. Okay. Let's give this outer. I want to see its border so that we don't confuse it with the other rectangles. I like using borders when I'm trying to specify what I'm, styling. So let's call it outer. I will remove it. It's just for seeing what you're doing. Outer. Let's give it a border. So border, 2 pixels, 2 pixels, solid. It should be solid, and let's give it color green, like that. So that's the outer rectangle. So why is this one pushing it and it's not even big enough? It's not even as big as the outer rectangle. That doesn't make any sense. Let's try to align it at the center. So we'll also need this to be flex. So yeah, everything here. What about a width? Width. Let's give it the width twice as the lower. No, the width should be the same as the lower rectangle. I don't know if this will work, but let's see. Oh yeah, and we need to change the flex direction to column. Is it column? Yeah, column. Flex direction to column. Nice. So we have our car back. It's still not what I want. Why is it moving outside though? The lower rectangle, why is it moving outside the outer rectangle? And we don't have anything in front of it. And it has the same width. That's 260. So let's give it 100%. Yeah, still the same. So 100%, that means it takes all the width that its parent has. So yeah, instead of having the same width here. So why is it? I don't understand why it's doing that. Why are you doing that? Let's give a border and see what's happening with it. Let's give it red, yellow, blue. Let's give it blue. And the other one as well, the upper rectangle as well. Let's see. I just want to see what's that space. The space at the front. What is it? Did he add anything that we did not? So you have the outer, and these two rectangles are inside of it. Okay. Then the outer has a border, flex, with flex direction and justify content. We need the width though. Rectangle 1 is okay, width 160. Rectangle 2 width 100%. Margin left. So it's still applying the margin left. We can apply the margin left outside to the outer rectangle. Yeah, that was the issue. So let's increase the width of the outer rectangle to 290. Yeah, since it's 100%, so it also adjusts. It copies the width of the parent, which is the outer. the outer rectangle. So that's too big. Let's give it 180. Yeah. 180, 81, 82. Let's remove the border so that you can see it clearly. Yeah, border. This one as well. Okay. Good progress. I feel like this is not yet there, the lower rectangle. So but at this point you can still submit and see how you're doing. It's not a problem. You can submit and it will tell you that you are like 10% done or whatever. 0. 0.2% match. Okay. Okay. Now I don't think this is matching yet. I can't really tell. I don't like the way they placed it. I don't know. I'm just complaining. Anyway, let's now add the circles and see. Okay. Yeah. By the way, we got a lower target. Like our target was 0.2%. I think because of the colors as well. So the colors will also contribute to the percentage replication, if I can say that. Now let's add the circles. Let's stop here. Now we're going to add the circles inside the outer rectangle. Then we can give them position of absolute, but let's just see. So div, why is it not completing? So div, let's call it circle class circle. Let's have two of them. Okay, let's see. Let's have two of them and see what we're going to end up with. Let's not do anything yet. Let's just give them like width and some color. So we have class circle width of, we'll reduce this width of 60. Let's give it 60 pixels and height of 60 pixels as well, because it's a circle. So it's basically a square with like radius, border radius. I don't know. Yeah, so let's give it the same height and width, then some background so that we can see them. So background, there they are. Then let's give them border radius. So border radius of 100%. Nice. Now we have our beautiful circles there. So let's we can give them flex. I think we can end up not positioning them absolutely. We can just put them in their own like parent div, then flex that div and justify content between space between. Yeah, that can work actually. We're actually moving as faster today. That's a good thing. So let's create for them a div, an outer div, div. Then let's put them there. Then in this outer, let's call them outer 2. Let's call it outer 2 class. I'm terrible when it comes to naming, but you get the point. So outer 2, let's put it next to its brother. Outer 2, the same thing. Let's give them flex. Everything. Let's copy everything here. But then flex direction of this row, right? Row like that. But let's not justify them at the center. Let's do space between. space between. Okay, it's not showing, but because it doesn't have a width, so it needs to have a width, because remember, space between distributes the width of the outer parents between the two circles equally. I don't know why this is usually hard for me to explain. I'm just mumbling, but the idea is we have some parent div, then a number of items inside of it, or elements, then the space between them should be equal. So like it distributes the entire space inside the parent between them. I don't know, man. You can just Google. You can use ChatGPT to give you a simple explanation. Yeah, so we have that. Yeah, we can align them at the center, but then let's give it some width. Again, you can give it the same width as the outer, right? 100%, yeah, the same way we did here, so that it uses the same width as its parent, like that. Nice. Actually, we're actually way close to finishing. I think we still have to give them to position them absolutely, because of how they are behaving. Don't worry about that for now. Let's because if we give them negative margin top, it will push the car upwards. But let's just try. We won't use it though. Margin top of, let's say, negative 20 pixels. It's going, it's actually working. 50. Nice. 30, 40, no, 20, 10, 5. That's so close. 4. Yeah, let's keep it at 4. Then now margin from both right and left. So how can we do that? For this, I'm going to use something that we haven't used before. I'm going to use a padding. I'm going to use a padding inside the parent, the outer two rectangle. This one. I'm going to use padding. Do we have padding horizontal? We have that in CSS. Do we have that in CSS? Okay. Padding. Top, bottom should be 0. Left, right should be 10 pixels. Like that. Is that working? 20. That's not working. Why is that? That's weird. Yeah. Why do you want me to put that? 0 pixels. That doesn't make any difference. 0, then 50 pixels. That's weird. CSS padding along the x-axis. That padding. So just use. Come on. Yes, this is what I want to use. So padding top, bottom. Top, bottom padding is 10 pixels, and left, right padding is 20 pixels. And why is this not working? This is the same thing that I added there. It's not working. Sometimes code can be annoying. The exact same thing that we did here. But I don't want this. I want this to be 0. Because you already have them where we want them. Yeah, we're wasting time. I'm going to have to use them absolutely. Yeah. So if that's the case, then we don't even need the outer. We don't, yeah. We'll explain why we don't need that. We don't need it. Yeah, because I'm going to spend a lot of time getting it out. So let's go back to where we were. Then let's give them position of absolute. Yeah, of course they're going to mess up our okay. So we make them absolute, but we need to make the lower rectangle relative so that they're relative to that. You see, now they're relative to the body, and that usually breaks stuff, especially if you will have more absolute stuff later on, which we want in this case, but it's a good practice to, whenever you want to put something absolutely, make sure the parent is the direct parent, like the first parent is relative, the one you want to put it against. I don't know, yeah, something like that. Don't just put absolute, because it uses the body as relative, and when you're putting something else as absolute, it will mess up that. Sorry, some. So I'm saying that I'm going to use the lower rectangle as relative. So I'm going to position them absolutely relative to the lower rectangle. So relative. I think this should change something. Is it inside of it? Yeah, let's put them inside of that circle, that rectangle, I mean. Exactly. Now you see they are relative to that rectangle. Everything else should be the same. Nice. Now let's play. Let's give him the same top, the same this what, I don't know. Let's the same distance from the top. Now when we do top, let's say top 10 pixels, like that. It's applying 10 pixels from the rectangle, not from the body. That's why it's important to like place it absolute to this, to the parent. Yeah, so it will make sense once we do it. So let's make it 20, 30, 40, 50, 55. 55 seems to be working. Then okay, let's add the left one first. Left distance from the left, so left 10 pixels. Let's start with 10. We'll adjust it as we go. Let's give it 20, 30. Yeah, that's it. So notice that we have only one circle. There are two actually, but they're on top of each other. So I'm going to have to use the other circle this to specify a class for the second circle, then also absolutely position it, and now align it now from the right. So top right. With this, we gave this one top left. Now we give it top right. Then we finish. Yeah, that will finish it. So let's call it circ2. Copy everything here. We are going to optimize this code, so don't worry. Let's call it circ2. Then now instead of left, let's do right. Like that. That's it. I think we're done. Right? It matches. So let's now change the colors now. So the car should be yellow. That's the rectangles. Should be yellow. This one should be yellow as well. Then the circles should be, is it purple? Nice. The other one as well. Boom. The background should be blue, bluish. So that's the body. Background be that, and we are done. So this 100%. No, it's not 100 actually. You see, it's wobbling, so it's not like We're going to get around 80% match. Let's submit and see. 80. I'm betting we're getting 80%. 99. 99%, yeah. So we just need to make sure that it matches perfectly, because you can see when we do this, there's some weird stuff happening because the shapes are not like positioned well. So let's start with the circles. But it's really hard to notice. Let's give it color red, so that we style it for now, then we'll change it. Wait. Oh, wait. Let's give the lower the first rectangle, the upper one, color green. I think it's the culprit. Yeah, it's really hard to know because of they're both vertical. So the guiding line and the left side of the rectangle, it's hard to know like if you hit it or not. Yeah, let's reduce the width for now and see. 150, 130. Yeah. So let's zoom in to this, and I'm sorry it's not showing the small screen, but let's zoom in and try 140. That's almost there. 150, 151, 152. There. I think we have it, guys. Yeah, I think that's it. 153. So you can't know because it's on top of it now. Let's give it a wrong height so that we will know. We will see the outline. Let's see. You'll see. Let's do it. No, let's give it a smaller height. 75. Wait. So our original height is 80. So let's give it 75 for now. 75. Yeah. You see now we can see it. 70. Now we can see it's not there yet. It's not there. So let's give it a width of 154. Where is it? Here. 154. Let's say 159. 155. 156. 154. Yeah, 154 is the correct width. Okay. Wait. 155. I noticed that the right side is also when we change the width, we forget about the left side. So let's give it width of 159 and see the difference. Okay, 160. Okay, that's off, but let's try giving it margin left of 56 now. 57. That seems to be working. 58, 59, 60. Let's give it margin left of 60. Perfect. That's perfect. Now let's get it back to 80. The height of 80. Nice. Let's do the same to the lower rectangle. This one. lower rectangle, let's also give it height of 70 so that we can see the outline. Let's give it the color green now. Color green. Let's get this back. The color, the correct color. Now wait, it's still, oh yeah, it's off now because we changed the height, the lower rectangle height. When you get it back, it'll work. So I just want to use it as an outline to see where it's not working. Yeah, you see it's also off this side as well. So it seems to have a big width. Wait. 78, 79, 80. I'm just trying something, then I'll explain if it works. Yeah, so I just give it back the height, and it seems to be okay. I don't like the upper one, still wobbly. So annoying. Let's give it back its color. Come on, this is getting longer than I expected. So I'm just going to end this video and I'll fix it later. I don't know, man. That doesn't make any sense. I can see the circles are off, but I can fix them by just let's see, position top. Yeah, the top is off, so let's give it top of 57, 58. No, it should be smaller. 54, 50, right? Oh, I'm doing it to the second circle. I need to do it to the first circle. So 56, 55, 54. Yeah, 54. That's the correct one. Do the same to this one. 54. We're getting close. Still not as close, but we're getting somewhere. So yeah, guys, I'm going to fix this to make sure that it's 100, but at least we're getting 99%. Oh, now we're going to get lower because of the color. Let's give it back the color. You see, we're getting 97. It's because of the color of the circle. Instead of red, let's give it that color, then submit. You see, getting 99%. Oh, I really hope this looked very simple. 99.8%. Yeah, by the way, you see we have 594. Like we scored 594 because of the characters. If we reduce the characters, we get higher. But yeah, the video is getting way longer than I expected. So I'm gonna fix this and maybe create another video. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching.